Hello everybody and welcome to my Virtues Pick. I wanted to start my Virtues Pick today by talking about be more conscious why I'm doing myself and the way I treat other people and how I relate to life's events and the things that are happening around me. Because when I look at things through the eyes of virtues, I get to see that people are not good. There are so many different reasons why people do the things they do, and people have bad days and good days, and for the most part you would assume that people just want to get on with their lives and do the best that they can. And for me, that's what the virtues does. Living a life where you're using the virtues language means that not only are you identifying ways that you can become a better person, but also it becomes easier to see the good in others. When you think in terms of the virtues, you don't think of somebody as a good boy or a good girl. You recognize the action at that particular time as being virtuous or in need of a virtue, rather than good and evil. You see the virtue or the absence of that virtue. So if a child is being rude, for instance, to somebody, it's not that they're a rude child. It's that at that particular moment they needed to be more courteous, and they certainly have the capacity to be more courteous. That's for me the biggest reason why I do what I'm doing right now, and social media is a wonderful platform to share that with anybody who's interested, with anybody who wants to kind of do a little introspection, that man in the mirror thing, you know. So here goes the next virtues pick. Forgiveness. To those who do wrong out of ignorance, then repent and correct themselves. Your Lord is indeed forgiving and kind. And that is a reading from the Quran. Let's talk about how we can put forgiveness into practice. I remember that everyone makes mistakes. I show mercy instead of taking revenge. I stop giving uncaring people the chance to hurt me. That's a very good one. I correct my mistakes instead of punishing myself with guilt. I accept God's forgiveness. That's beautiful. That's really, really nice. I feel like reading more. Forgiveness is like, it's one of those subjects, when you start talking about it, it's like scratching the surface. There are so many layers. And so, you know, the process of forgiving yourself and somebody, it is exactly that. It's a process. Let's read a little bit more. Being forgiving is overlooking the mistakes others make and loving them just as much as before. You can even forgive yourself when you do things you are sorry for. Forgiving yourself means to stop punishing yourself or feeling hopeless because of something you did. This is exactly, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was saying right at the beginning, is that it's something that you did, it's not who you are. It's an action, and it can be corrected. How weird that I just... Connection. It is moving ahead, ready to do things differently, with compassion for yourself and faith that you can change. I can't stress this enough, how living in the virtues and using the language of the virtue has literally changed my life. Not only for myself as me as a person, but how I relate to my husband, how I relate to my children and my friends and everybody around me. It's so much easier to see the good in people when you are looking for virtues, because when you are thinking it and speaking it, it's easier to recognize. Ooh, there goes my her. It's easier. No, we can't have that. It is so much easier to see the good in people. And if we are overlooking other people's mistakes and trying to see the good, how much easier will it be to create unity and to maintain unity in families, in communities, and in the world at large. And after unity comes peace. I love it. forgiveness. I'm going to take the time to forgive and to search myself and think, is there anybody that I need to forgive? Is there anything that I'm holding on to? So that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm going to do some soul searching and see if there's anything that's holding me back from moving on. Anybody I need to forgive, or even myself. Something that I did in the past. That's what I'm going to do this week. Join me and leave a comment below if you feel comfortable enough to share it with me. I look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.